Shakur Stevenson breathes a sigh of relief. Shakur Stevenson breathes a sigh of relief as the bully turns his attention to bigger things. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, chat. Talk to me, chat. Yes, sir. So, apparently, it has been confirmed that Tank Davis has reached out to Devin Haney's team, father and manager Bill Haney, and they are officially in negotiations for a fight. They're negotiating a good weight to meet at, I guess, among some other things. I have not been real heavy on keeping up with the Twitter, right? But I have been keeping up with the verifiable news, meaning that when people are reporting what's coming directly from the sources, being Devin or Bill, we don't have an official source on Tank because we can't confirm if that Twitter is Tank or not. But Devin and Bill have confirmed that they are indeed in real life having conversations with Tank Davis. Now, what does that mean? It means that Shakur Stevenson is off the hook.
Classic.
It means that Shakur Stevenson is off the hook. Listen, we've seen Shakur ducking and dodging, positioning, posturing, over-explaining, under-explaining, talking in circles, trying to do everything to deter Devin Haney from up off his ass. You understand me, chat? We have seen Shakur. I'm talking about this nigga ain't just a defensive technician in the ring. He is a defensive technician outside of the ring,
Classic.
Chat. And now he can breathe easy, at least for a moment, right? He can breathe easy at least for a moment because in collaboration with Tank Davis reaching out to Team Devin Haney about a potential catchweight fight, the WBO president must have had his pocket. Now, this is all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment and satire, of course. But maybe the WBO has had their pockets properly greased because now they're getting aggressive. Devin, you gonna fight Keyshawn or we stripping you? Chat?
Classic.
You gonna fight Keyshawn or we stripping you? Now, Devin Haney, for a Tank Davis type legacy fight for those two and the type of money that is gonna make, you understand? I'm sure they're willing to get stripped of that belt to go get that type of bag. And then that type of bag with no sanctioning fees attached to it, we like to call that even better.
Classic.
I ain't got nobody. I don't have no sanctioning body. For those who don't know, the sanctioning bodies are the organizations that are over the belts. There are officially 4 belts in boxing right now. You have the WBO, the IBF, WBC. The 4 belts. Wait, WBO, WBC, IBF, WBA, right? And then you got Ring Magazine. So technically it's like 5, right? But the sanctioning bodies are over the belts. And the WBO has gotten very aggressive, telling Devin Haney, who is currently the welterweight champion of that organization, that, listen, man, you going to fight Keyshawn Davis or we going to need that belt up off you, dog. I don't know if it's because Jay Prince and Keyshawn Davis's team are petitioning heavily for the Devin Haney fight, and that's making the organization put heavy pressure on Devin. But again, why isn't anybody coming up with a conversation about step aside money? In boxing, it's not unheard of at all for a mandatory to be told, hold on, I'm going to pay you a couple million or a couple 100,000, whatever it is. Hold on right quick. I got some other shit I'm going to go handle, then I'm going to come get to you. But here goes some bread for you just simply to hold on. You don't got to fight nobody for this bread. You don't got to prove nothing for this bread. This bread just is some good bread for you just to stay right where you at until I get back around this motherfucker. Be right here when I get back type
Classic.
Shit. I ain't heard nobody offering Keyshawn no step aside money. But for now, it seems as though Shakur Stevenson is completely off the hook. You understand? Because it's looking like, for now, it's looking like it could be Tank or Keyshawn instead of Shakur, right? Because if Tank finally sending paperwork to Devin and really reaching out for a fight, and if Keyshawn is being mandated and Shakur doing all but turning, tucking his tail, and sprinting away from Devin Haney, then why chase after the most reluctant and the most resistant of the 3 options? You understand? So for now, it seems as though Shakur Stevenson is completely off the hook. Catch 22 though, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this, chat. Catch 22 about this though is that nobody needs Shakur. Out of the biggest names in and around 140 pounds, right? The biggest names, not all the names, but the biggest of the names. So right now, in and around 147, 140, 135, 154, the biggest names in that little cluster, that little 20-pound cluster, the biggest names are Devin Haney, Tank, Ryan Garcia, Jerron Boots Ennis. By association right now, Xander Zayas as well. A lot of people are going to learn about Xander. But name-wise, and some would say ability, and then you would throw Shakur Stevenson in there. The thing is, though, with the way that Shakur is currently moving, none of them need him. None of them need him. Ryan Garcia doesn't need a Shakur Stevenson fight for anything. He doesn't need it. No. Devin Haney, too, is way bigger than that. Tank Davis doesn't need a Shakur Stevenson fight. Fighting Devin Haney is bigger than that. Tank and Ryan fighting each other. You see what I'm saying? All three of them fighting each other or being willing to fight each other or running shit back, depending on what pairing you're talking about. All of those fights are bigger than any of them with Shakur. So Tank and Shakur is smaller than Tank Ryan or Tank Devin. Devin and Shakur is less money than Devin Tank or Devin Ryan. Ryan and Shakur is less money than Ryan Tank or Ryan Devin. Nobody needs Shakur.
Classic.
It's a catch-22. The niggas that need Shakur are not the top names. The people that need Shakur, Shakur Foster. As his name is coming up, his cachet is coming up, but he's not a top guy. Those are the type of guys that need a Shakur fight right now. The other top guys don't need him because there's enough of them willing to fight with each other. But yet and still, you tell me that you want to be top fighter pound for pound. You got to act like
Classic.
it. You got to act like it. So the pro is, for right now, the fight that Shakur didn't want and that he was trying to swindle his way out of, it looks like for right now, he's out of it. Woosah. He's out of it. You see what I'm saying? On the flip side, everybody's realizing we don't need this nigga. We don't. He's a hard night. And out of everybody, for you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a guy who don't want to engage. He don't really want to fight. You know what I'm saying? He want to pick, poke, and stab to victory. And out of all the big fights I could make, if I'm Ryan, if I'm Devin, if I'm Tank, shit, if I'm Keyshawn, out of all the big fights that I could make, I'm going to make less with him. And it's probably going to, it might be, the more dangerous I am, the more of a snoozer Shakur is going to try to make it. So, yes, Shakur can breathe easy for a moment. He is indeed, for the time being, he is indeed off the hook, as the thumbnail shows. He is indeed off the hook, but he's also slightly on the road to irrelevance.
Classic.
Is Shakur Stevenson, as long as he's an active fighter, ever going to be completely irrelevant? No. I'm saying irrelevance relative to his tier. So in his tier of boxing, we would put Shakur in the top tier of guys, right? But in that top tier of guys, it's now looking like everybody willing to fight each other, except for hum. As Shakur Stevenson would say, hum, except for hum. Everybody looks like, for now, unless Tank's whole sending a contract, unless this thing is a farce, unless it's more smoke and mirrors, it looked like everybody willing to scrap, except for hum. So in his tier, he's the least relevant guy. He might want to think about that. I think Tank Davis thought about that. Did I anticipate it? No. I thought Tank was going to stay on the circus tour. fighting a bunch of people we didn't ask him to fight, trying to represent himself well while doing so, and the show goes on, right? I thought Tank was going to continue to be the Harlem Globetrotters of boxing. Look good against less than formidable opposition and take the show on the road and catch a bag.
Classic.
I thought that's what it was going to be, but it looked like dog then jumped off the porch. Let's move. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and now hardened